Let's move along now to some actually linear equations multi-step where we have variables on both sides, or it might be a special case, okay? So we have 7p plus 13 equals 9p minus 5. First thing we want to do is get the variables on one side, the numbers on the other. I like to keep my coefficient on the variable positive, so I'm going to move the 7p over to the right-hand side. So then I have 13 equals 2p minus 5, which means that now I have to add 5 to both sides. I'll have 18 equals 2p. Divide both sides by 2, and I'll get p equals 9. Remember, you can always plug that back in your calculator. Make sure left-hand side equals the right-hand side. I would pause the video at this point and try b. Okay, so for b, I'll throw up my work to see after you pause the video if you get the right answer. We should get p to be 1. Let's go then to letter C. So here we have a fraction in front of a grouping in parentheses. Typically we would distribute and then solve, but you'll notice if we distribute this, we're going to have a bunch of messy fractions. So instead, how can we get rid of that fraction from the get-go? What is negative 3/5 doing to that grouping of 2x plus 7? It's multiplying it. So how do we undo multiplication? We divide. How do we divide fractions? We multiply by the reciprocal. So what I can do first is multiply both sides by the reciprocal. That's going to cancel this out, leave me just with 2x plus 7. And on the right-hand side, I can simplify this, and that's going to give me negative 45. Okay, now it's just a two-step equation, no more fractions. So we get 2x equals, if I subtract 7 from both sides, I'll get negative 52. If I divide both sides by 2, I get x equals negative 26. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and try that same method. Try it out on letter D. You should end up with x equal to 10. Okay, let's work out these last couple on this page for this video. So we've got distributive property now that we have to do. Distribute the 3. So we get 15x minus 24 is equal to, we have 2x minus 14 minus 12x. So after the distributive property, we see if we can combine some like terms. Well, on the right-hand side, we can combine those. So the left-hand side stays the same. The right-hand side is going to become negative 14 minus 10x. Well, now it's just like the first problems we started with in this video. Let's get the variables on one side and the constant numbers on the other. So I'm going to add 10x to both sides. That's going to give me 25x on the left-hand side. I'm also going to add 24 to both sides. And that's going to give me 10. So now we're going to divide both sides by 25. And we're going to simplify this fraction. So remember, to simplify each fraction, you're looking for what's the biggest number that goes both into 10 and 25. That would be 5. So we're going to divide both the top and the bottom by 5. And we're going to end up with 2/5 or 0.4. Make sure you follow instructions on whether it wants a simplified fraction or if the decimal is okay. Okay? Go ahead and pause the video, try out letter F, and check your work. And we should end up with x equals -1. Okay, that's going to wrap up this video.